I guess I have to unmute myself, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gary, I want to get that was his Macaulay neighborhood and the
Les Amis.
Okay.
It's called Les Amis.
Les Amis. Okay. Beautiful. It's dance club. Wow. Okay.
Okay, well, a slight correction. After I wrote that bio, all of the poems are from this year's 30/30, except one, which is from last April's 30/30. I had 3 concussions in 2021, and I've been writing about that and related things since I had surgery in November. I haven't decided if it's a series of poems or one long poem. This first piece tonight I wrote April 9th, part of 30/30. And it helps to know that CTE is the chronic brain injury pro footballs get from repeated violent contact. I'd recommend the movie Concussion if you haven't seen it. So this is called CTE, and I like most of the prompts too, Don, but I didn't follow the prompt on April 9th. So CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, diagnosis only by autopsy. It's a narrow specialty. Coroners don't test for it, neither can your mother. 3 concussions when I was 72. How many all those years before? I too could be a CTE case post-mortem. Never played football, never went to war. If I count only when stars spun in the sky, when I was dizzy, dumbstruck, confused, when I grew bruises, goose eggs on my skull, my brain injuries are legion, like drops of rain. These wounds are permanent, like skull tattoos. Can't be cured by surgery, drugs, or booze. And this next one follows directly on it, although I wrote it April 6th, 3 days before, and the prompt was message in a bottle. I call it a jar of Jell-O. Polypeptide protein chains intertwine. Suspend grape-flavored water in a jar. It jiggles when you shake it, bounces up into the air and settles flat again. Electrochemical gel in a skull jiggles too. My 3-pound brain contains more connections than stars in the universe, nearly liquid wires that break when shaken. In a football game, a man or boy's brain is jolted 30 times and more, each one enough to shock a car's airbag to inflate. Every break and every wire creates a scar. Scars accumulate. Circuit blockers, penalty flags in a game of dying stars. And the next one, April 25th. So it's 3 days old. The prompt was to address a female personification of something, and I stretched it a little bit. I call it the rub. Our Lady of the Blue and Strawberries rubs my newly stitched bald head for good luck, giggles as if she's found buried treasure. She looks at staples and sutures and scabs and sees the face of a fish, wild sturgeon. She offers to tattoo it on my scalp, which is to her a vast blank tan canvas. Every shoebox we brought home was a house for finger puppets and rocks. Every rock, a pulsing cacophony of colors, shapes, textures, voices from a spirit world. Grandma's every pump, runner, and slipper, a step in a royal ball, wearing pearls. Every magazine, a collage to be. I nix the tattoo. I don't care for luck. I don't believe in magic lamps or genies, but everybody over 70 needs to rub elbows with a teen like Lily to free us from wrinkles, worry, lethargy. She savors each berry with a head bob, a smile, a hum, and shovels in another. So I think that's all of my brain poems, or brain-related poems. This next one was April 14th, and the prompt was to write the opening scene of a movie about your life. And I call it, Could Have Been Jesus. A man with the doctor in his office. An 8 months pregnant woman waits outside. How can you make this baby come faster? The man has a job in Arizona, but they won't hold it for long. Castor oil, the doctor says, 2 tablespoons a day. It's safe and it works. Due date is Christmas. Baby might come a week or 2 sooner. And helps his wife walk out into a dust-blown gravel parking lot. He opens the passenger door of their aquamarine 36 Chevy sedan. She squints against the midday sun. She blinks. She suckles a newborn boy. The back seat's piled high with boxes on one side. 2 kids stare out the other. Welcome to Texas. A tumbleweed bounces over barbed wire, sails toward the car, disappears behind it. A close-up of the baby's face, mid-suck. Proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, Merle Haggard sings. Zoom in on license plate, Oklahoma, 1948. Car dissolves in a distant blacktop mirage. We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. We don't take no trips on LSD. We don't burn our draft cards down on Main Street. We like living right and being free. I'm still waiting to see how that movie turns out. But this next poem, April 26th, is a bit of an update. The prompt was to write a poem centering on an epic simile. That's a simile that's really drawn out. It's called The Fire. The birthday cake is a conflagration, 73 candles aflame, burning like a wildfire in a drought-baked forest where towering pines and firs sizzle, pop, and roar before a gale-force northwest wind, as police with loudspeakers shriek, "Get out!" to residents. The one highway exit jams with pickup trucks, personal effects, parents, kids panicking as trees explode beside the road. Drivers dodge airborne coals. Water bombers dive the river and drench a brake to halt the ravenous advance. A single breath quenches the candle's fire. Another day's reprieve from angel choirs. And since we're talking about angel choirs and it's Easter season, here's one I did last April, and it's actually about my sister. This is a real experience, although of course I sort of jazz it up a little bit. It's called Waiting for Resurrection. Nature pushes the pause button. Her heart stops. Marie is suddenly numb, lightheaded, cold. She looks down at her body on the couch. It holds her husband's hand. The TV screens still as a photograph, their gray Shih Tzu beside them, its shaggy tail in mid-wag. Then she's in her body again. She breathes. Jesus took 3 days to resurrect. Lazarus in the ground 4 days. He stank. Lucy, the Australopithecus girl, dead in Ethiopia 3 million years, and she's still only a dry bones display. Countless other dead wait and wait and wait. Marie comes back to life in 7 seconds. And now, one more short one. This is, Don introduced the Curtal Sonnet. This is my Curtal Sonnet from April 16th. And this again is based on personal experience. It's called a cold/COVID dilemma. Is this a monster of a cold I've got? This faucet-nosed, lifeblood-sucking beast? Or an Omicron sub-variant? The net's all a Twitter with vaxxer plots, wastewater hoaxes, masking scams. Free speech itself's a pandemic when facts are scant. All I know is my days are rife with snot. Used tissues accumulate like spring snow. Mucus scratching sinus swabs are able, maybe, to tell the ER if I go, I've got a label. Thank you.